Myron Gaines just got his first real girlfriend at 35. He doesn't want to get married, and he thinks living with your wife makes you weak. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? Brian Atlas hosts a dating podcast but is chronically single. He doesn't want to get married, and he has limited dating experience. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? Andrew Tate, he's never been married. He's probably going to prison. He thinks love is a weakness, and he's probably going to prison. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? Andrew Wilson, always angry and sweaty. He hates single moms, but he married a single mom, and he can't open jars. Why would you listen to him for dating advice? If these red pill dealers aren't actually helping you date, why do you keep going back? Seriously, kick the habit. I'm Raphael. I post content about what women actually want, and if you're trying to date, that might be a better place to start. I've had a great dating life. I'm happily married now in Southern California with my wife and our 2 dogs. I've lived all over the US and Europe, and I promise you, I know more about healthy, happy relationships than those clowns that are grifting on your outrage. If you're tired of the anger, you just want real connection, let's talk.
I like it. I like the music.
Why do people black mean white though?
I mean, he not
Say
black.
what?
I don't-
He could have did like 2 couples.
he could have did a little interracial.
No,
No,
just
sorry.
two different couples.
I was making a good point.
He has a good point. Like why? So the one thing I think that he didn't mention is that maybe some of the guys that follow these other red pill guys or podcasts or whatever, perhaps they're not looking for love and marriage. They want somewhere to like share their outrage with other people. Like they have the same disdain for women and they want to like commune with the same type of people. I don't think that they're looking for somebody to give them dating advice.
If you can follow a man that only talks bad about women and then adopt his ideology and then make it a part of your life and walk around as if those are your words and those are your thoughts, you probably like men.
You're looking for like male acceptance?
No, because I mean, like, you don't have a mind of your own to begin with. So if he can steer you that way, then like maybe you're questioning your sexuality and like you just don't like women. So like you want to side with men, you want to form this like community with a man who's telling you what to do and be led by somebody because maybe like a woman is too strong for you to be led by. That's just my opinion. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I don't see men following, like sitting down on the couch or wherever y'all watch TV or whatever this stuff is on and like just being like, oh yeah, I'm never going to do this with a woman and I hate love. And that's just crazy. Like
It is. It's very
it
weird.
don't make no sense. Go outside, read a book.
The messages weren't so much against women. I would have no problem with men following another man's message. You know, if it were more positivity in the podcast. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like-
following somebody for a message, that's not your life. Like you can listen to what somebody is doing and you can say, oh, that's a great idea. But until you get out there and either A, try it yourself or you have some type of confidence and live your own life, then like those are just his thoughts. So why
True,
are
but
you
people
adopting
with
that?
platforms do create influence.
Okay.
That
But they got these people are following them.
Because they create.
because they create influence. They need people to watch them, and there are people that are going to, agree with their ideology. If you don't,
more
then
than
just-
won't. How about we look at the reality?
Right,
Reality is none of them were famous prior to.
right.
Right.
People only know them because they have a platform. And
Let's go back. The reality is none of them were famous prior to, which means they've
That part.
obtained a large following because a lot of people are in alignment with them. Let that sink in for a second.
you know that part.
Okay, so now peel the layers back. Understand what that is actually telling you. This man is looking for a cult or a following or a group of people that he can lead. I know the answers. I have a happy wife or a happy life with my happy wife and my fucking dog. Right? Everybody is looking for people to look at them as a savior. The truth is, the ones who have the biggest following are not transforming men. They're just simply in alignment with what they already believe. But whoever has that limelight, that throne, is the one who is open or vocal enough or brave enough or courageous enough to speak what they fucking think. All of these other men, it's not like we're taking somebody from the industry and said, okay, he turned into a podcast, he's did 25 movies, or he's a big time businessman. No, these are people that are coming from the ground up to some capacity when we're talking about social media, which means that the millions, I didn't say 1,000, I said millions of people already thought what they thought. Millions of people already agreed with what they were saying before they even said it. So are we ignoring the reality? I don't believe that they qualify to carry the throne because they don't have the experience. That I will say. I would not take advice from somebody who has never done it. I could admire the fact that you're trying to preach something that might be in alignment, but you've never done it. You don't have success doing it. But the truth is, millions of people are following these people because they already think like them. Not because they were transformed to them, not because they were bribed to them. They've got zero incentives. Zero. So what I think is the reality is we should start accepting the truth. That's all.
I feel like that's not everyone, though.
That's not everyone. I didn't say everyone.
No, yeah, but most people could have already thought like them, but they probably are turning other people. They're probably people that are just simple-minded and, oh, this podcast is popular and, oh, all my homeboys watch them. So I've been watching them and now I'm coming up with the same ideology. Like I'm morphing.
Easily led.
Yeah.
So most people are. What are we talking about? The difference is this. I sat on 8 at the table and I am the grandfather of most of these niggas that you just listed. I sat here for 3 years straight and watched everybody come up to me in every single place. And I'm not talking about 1, 2. I'm talking about flocks and groups of people, famous people, credible people, people who are in all different types of avenues, tell me I was the one speaking what they wish that they could. So this wasn't me doing this to try to turn anybody over in 2018. This was me because this is what I actually did. This is what I actually seen. This is what I actually lived. And you know what happened? It birthed the other ones. Cool. But what I'm understanding is people already felt like this. But in a time where it's a lot of hypersensitivity and you can't really say what you want to say because they fear getting canceled or losing their page or there's repercussions because of other agendas that are being pushed. I know they felt like that because I live it on a daily. I still live it to this day.
Yeah, but he's talking about.
Yeah, but that's an example of a man doing something just because he heard it on a podcast, and that's not how he truly feels. But
what I said, and I'll say this again, people came up to me saying that I was saying what they wish they could. All I'm saying is I don't care about, although I do believe there should be somebody who did what the fuck that they say that they're doing or what they say you should do. What I'm saying is that the reality is these people weren't turning people over, just like they weren't turned over. No diddy. These people are already living with those ideologies on a day-to-day basis.
I don't think all of them are, though.
I didn't say all. I said those millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of people. I didn't say everybody. Nothing is everybody. But I would argue that they have more people that are following them in the worldwide spectrum or worldwide perspective than the opposite side. I would definitely 1,000% argue that. There's no misleading in having a personal preference when it comes down to, we're not saying lose your morals. Nobody's ever said that. Sexy Red and it is nowhere near a comparison of somebody who's saying, listen, I want my wife to cook and clean and not work. We're talking about comparison between one extreme versus the other. One is not compromising their morals. I'm not compromising my morals. I'm not telling you to compromise your morals. If anything, I'm bigging you up and trying to tell you what you really should look at yourself as. Now, whether or not you're able to gain the proven concept and the accolades and the credibility to respect yourself as that's on you for your own journey.
It's
Definitely.
like saying an attractive man gets turned down 1,000 times, but it's the 1,001 that made him this ultimate warrior. Like, no, he's experienced the rejection on his own terms.
Yes, Rome. Me, myself, I've experienced rejection. Every man has experienced rejection. It doesn't matter if you are a cream of the crop type of a guy or a bottom of a barrel type of a guy. No matter what, that rejection that you have, it feels the same way. And in fact, when you're at the top and you get rejected, you really start questioning, like, what the fuck? Like, at first.
Because that's your ego. Because now you're out. You're at the top, and that's just pure ego. Not you being in your house and seeing a woman that you want to talk to but don't know how to talk to her. You're at the top of your game. You're the man. I think these people live like in the basement.
Oh,
and just,
okay. I was like, what? Okay, I got you.
In the
like,
basement?
just in the basement. There's no.
I don't know. I'm just.
But I'm saying, imagine just
wild.
being at the top of the top, and like this woman's like, "Yo, I know who you are. I'm not messing with you."
And that's happened to me, right? So
Often.
it's fine.
Top of the top,
yeah.
or we could think we're at the top of the top. Maybe not the top of the top. Maybe our ego makes us think we're at the top of the top.
Maybe top of the middle.
Top of the middle.
When you score more than you strike out, you really don't understand how you can strike out, but you know it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start to actually understand women and you're like, okay, I know this type of woman requires this type of guy, you can actually morph into the type of guy that they want just so you can get what you'd like, right? So you don't actually miss. Now, and at some point in time, you get comfortable with being yourself where you say, listen, I'm going to do and be who I am no matter what. And if she doesn't like it, that's cool. She can go on and I'll go on my separate ways. But that only comes once you've learned to accept rejection.
If you watch a winner win all the time and you were losing, then you say, I want that and I want to figure out how to get that.
So you don't stop.